The Kansas City Chiefs and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will clash in Week 4, Raymond James Stadium on Sunday Night Football, and we're here to preview the game. Look, this game's actually really easy to preview, and it's not what you probably would have thought coming into the summer when both teams looked like they were going to have offenses that could score 30 points a game. As it turns out, it might take 2 games for these teams to score 30 points a game, and they might have to combine their scoring. The Buccaneers lost 14-12 to the Packers on Sunday afternoon. They fell to 2-1. Of course, the Chiefs also fell to 2-1 in stunning fashion, losing 20-17 to the lowly Indianapolis Colts. But each team is 2-1 and does lead its division. So, all things considered, both teams in good position as they go into Week 4, but it's an important game for both. Somebody is going to have a 2-game losing streak coming out of the game. The Chiefs open at 2.5-point favorites on the road. Frankly, a little bit surprised at that line. Thought it would be closer to a pick 'em one way or the other. But the Chiefs getting the love from Vegas, and so away we go. Look, the bottom line is for both these teams right now, the defenses are playing really, really well. The offenses have been awful. Part of that has been injuries for Tampa Bay. Aaron Stinney, their left guard, out for the year. Ryan Jensen, their center, out for the year. You look at Giovanni Bernard, who's banged up at running back. Josh Wells, a backup offensive lineman, who's on IR. You look at Julio Jones, who's missed the last 2 games, as has Chris Godwin. Mike Evans was suspended last week. Now, Mike Evans is expected to be back after the suspension, barring something unforeseen like an injury in practice. He will be there. Julio Jones, also expected to be back after missing a few games. We'll see what kind of impact he has. The Chiefs, on the other hand, it's not about injuries. It's about chemistry. They don't have it right now. The Chiefs are all over the map. It feels as though their game plans have been disjointed the last 2 weeks offensively after hanging 44 on the Cardinals to begin the year when everything looked like it was going to be really easy. Turns out it's not. It's just that beating the Cardinals is really easy. So for the Chiefs, they now have to figure it out. And they haven't been able to do it the last 2 weeks. The offense has accounted for 20 points and 17 points. And against the Colts, their 2 touchdown drives were set up by a turnover on downs and a turnover where the Chiefs did not even have to go 40 yards on either one of the drives. So that sets up a game where Brady is going to want to get revenge after having a brutal performance again this past week. He did throw for 271 yards, but only on 6.5 yards an attempt. And the Bucs, of course, only were able to score 1 touchdown at the very end of the game. Mahomes is going to want to get revenge after playing like crap by his standards for the last 2 weeks. Who gets it? We're going to find out. Look, the bottom line in this game is probably going to be which group on offense can stand up a little bit more, who can get a better game plan going, who can figure it out a little bit more. The Buccaneers looked like they were at least going to be able to run the ball after a really nice performance in Week 1 against the Cowboys. Problem is, they've run for 2.4 yards an attempt each of the last 2 weeks. Leonard Fournette against the Packers, 12 carries, 35 yards, and then they had Rashad Perriman running once for 0 yards. That was it. That was the extent of the running game for the Bucs. It has been a major problem. Russell Gage had 12 catches for 87 yards against the Packers. Nobody else did anything of note. Brate had 5 catches, 52 yards. That was it. That was it for anybody with 50 yards or over. So it has been a struggle for Tampa. Of course, everybody familiar with the Chiefs knows the struggles they've had as well. Marcus Valdes-Scantling has not gotten on track. Mecole Hardman has been very hit or miss. Juju Smith-Schuster's actually on pace for over 1,000 yards receiving, so he's been a little bit better than people maybe have given him credit for. He's getting the job done. Travis Kelce getting the job done. Of course, the Chiefs can't run the ball, and I would not expect that to start when you're going against Vita Vea up front, Shaquille Barrett up front, and oh, by the way, Levante David on the linebacking core alongside of Devin White, one of the better second levels in the league. I don't think Kansas City's running for $150 in this game. If they do, the Chiefs probably run away with the win. When you're watching the game Sunday night, if you're trying to figure out early who has the upper hand, watch the lines. Kansas City's offensive line has struggled throughout the first couple weeks of the year. If they can block the Bucs, I think the Chiefs' offense will start to roll. If they can't, they're going to have a long, long night down at Raymond James like they had a couple years ago. On the flip side, for Tampa's got to be able to get some of these receivers open. Even when Evans has played, they have done nothing offensively. The Chiefs do have good corners. The question is going to be, do the Bucs relentlessly go after Rashad Fenton, who has been up and down this year? Or do they go after the 7th-round rookie in Jalen Watson, who may be a 7th-round rookie, but has not played like one? I'll tell you this, I'd be shocked if they go after L'Jarius Sneed, who has played excellent ball. The Chiefs' safeties have played really well. I don't think you're going to see the Chiefs get torched in this game. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think the Buccaneers have the capability right now of making it happen. The bigger question and the biggest question in this game for both Tampa Bay and Kansas City is which team is able to move the ball better on the other one when they get into situational football, third downs and in the red zone. Whoever does that better probably wins the game. And whoever doesn't is going to be sitting there at 2-2 after a 2-0 start searching for answers.